Hello there. My name is Sandy Baxter, and I am a Silver Team Educator Leader with Young Living. I am the leader of our amazing Beautiful Drops team, and I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this video. The reason you're watching this video is because someone cares enough about you to share the Young Living opportunity. We are a passionate group of men, women, school teachers, doctors, nurses, moms, dads. I'm a grandma. We've got just about anyone and everyone that is living this lifestyle of trying to live above the wellness line. And the reason someone invited you to this video is because they realize that you also are the gatekeeper of your home. You're basically in charge for what comes in and what goes out of that home, and they want you to be aware. I kind of live by the motto that when you know better, you do better. And I have to be honest that for the first 50 years of my life, I don't guess I really knew better, and I kind of trusted the environment and those that, I guess for the lack of to be honest, it was the government. I kind of trusted my government to be sure, the FDA and the USDA and all of that, to be sure and protect me, my health and my wellness, and to keep me away from anything that would cause harm. But the more and more that I am learning, I am realizing that that is not the case. That each of us have to take the responsibility to do that. We can't pass that responsibility on. And so I started learning that about 2 years ago. And because of my passion for the toxic-free lifestyle, I've chose to go ahead and start teaching and sharing. And that's why you're watching this video, is because the person that sent this link to you or that encouraged you to come here is wanting you to know better so that you can do better. And let me just start off with a little bit about a personal testimony for me. I guess deep down, I probably had a gut feeling many, many years ago that I knew I didn't want to be on any, medications that I didn't feel was, were life-saving medications. I had a hysterectomy about 12 years ago, and right out of that hysterectomy, I was prescribed a hormone replacement. And I just heard this voice in my head that said, Sandy, don't take it. And I really didn't know. I wasn't doing any kind of studying. I wasn't aware of Young Living. There was this inner voice inside of me that said, you don't need it. And so I asked the physician, do I need to take this? And he said, it's a choice. It's up to you. So I did start at that point doing some research and realized that it wasn't life-saving, but it could be a life-taking drug because of it being such a cancer-causing agent. Now, I'm speaking for personal, opinion. It was what was best for me and for my body. It may not be best for everyone, but for me, I knew that I didn't want to take that. And so when I was introduced to Young Living about 2 years ago, and I heard all of the benefits that you're going to hear today, I realized that I could maybe start researching and finding some solutions to the some of the issues that were still, I still had lingering issues from not taking the hormone replacement. I was kind of past mood swings and hot flashes, but there were some other issues. And I was very, very specific in my research. I didn't just type, essential oils for hormone replacement. I was very targeted in what I was looking for. And as soon as I found some suggestions online, I ordered those ingredients. I made myself a roller bottle, and we'll go over all of that maybe at a future class. Today's class is really not about teaching you, a whole lot about how to apply, but more why to apply. And but anyway, I found results very, very quickly. Within 2 to 3 weeks of application, years and years of hormone. Being deficient of hormones, I was seeing major, major results. And so That was one of my personal testimonies. Another one was with one of our supplements. And so if the oils that we have are not the answers, please keep in mind that Young Living has some amazing supplements as well. But that was really kind of how I got started. I got started with Young Living just like everyone else. I started out with a diffuser and the starter kit of oils, and but very quickly I was introduced to, I guess, reality, and this is where I became passionate, and it is because of the toxins that are in our environment. So let me read you a few of the things that I have jotted down. I'm calling it the Toxic 10, and then I'm going to give you a little scenario, and we're going to play a little game here, okay? So I go over this at a lot of my in-home classes. Some of you may have seen that or heard it, but I'm going to go ahead and cover it for anyone that is new to the toxic environment we live in. And number one on this list is that 10% of all diseases is genetic. So if only 10% is genetic, what is the other 80 to 90%? It's based on the environment that you live in. So keep that in mind as we keep talking. Believe it or not, 65,000 to 100,000 toxic chemicals have been grandfathered in to the Substance Act of 1976. And what that means is that in 1976, during the Industrial Revolution, there were so many toxic chemicals from fuel and oil and rubber and you name it, all those toxics, as we were just really producing in industrial advent, that there was all these byproducts, these chemicals that they didn't know what to do with. So they just got grandfathered into this 1976 Substance Act, and they have not been tested to see if they have any harm on humans. If you combine them, no test whatsoever, just automatically grandfathered in to be acceptable to be put in products that you and I use every day. 1,300 toxins have been banned in the European Union. And do you know how many toxins have been banned in the United States? I can't believe it, but it is only 11. 11. In order to be banned, at least 50% of the animals that have been tested by those have to die for it to even receive a toxic label. Not banned, but just a toxic label. So when you see something that says poison or toxic, please know that 50% of the animals and animal testing, which is heartbreaking, had to die for that to receive that toxic label. And number 5, 3,163 toxins are hidden under the word of fragrance. So each and every time you buy a Febreze or a candle or a perfume, when you see the word fragrance, rest assured it is absolutely full of toxic chemicals that are, unfortunately, the toxic chemicals today, more and more what we're seeing is hormone disruption, where it is playing havoc on our hormones. And hormones is what really controls proper balance and homeostasis within the body. And when we start having all of this chaos inside of our bodies, no wonder we feel so sick. So, and then also cancer causing agents and chemicals that do damage to the organs and things like that. And so 3,163 are hidden under the word fragrance. So be very, very careful about that. Women on average poison themselves 80 times before 8 a.m. That is unreal. Usually we get about 300 toxins a day, but 80 of them before 8 a.m. just from shampoos and deodorants and toothpaste and things like that. The average baby, this is heartbreaking, before they ever enter the world, because of the toxic environment that mom now lives in, the average baby is born with 280 toxins in the umbilical cord. And then If that's not sad enough, childhood cancers have increased by 27% since 1975. So in 30 years' time, a little over 30 years, we've seen that rate go up 27%. And I believe that if we started studying it today, we would see the rate going up even higher. And 60% of what we put on our skin gets absorbed into the body. And sometimes we tend to think, if I'm not putting it in my mouth, it's not going to do me any harm. It's not making it into my bloodstream. And that is not the case. 60% of what you put on your skin, so your body washes, shampoos, sunscreens, any of those things will absorb into your bloodstream. 60% of the toxins go in, and in a child or a baby, that is even greater. That risk is even greater. More absorption into the baby's skin. So basically, think of your skin as a tongue. If you wouldn't put it in your mouth, don't put it on your skin. And then last but not least, number 10, the home is the number one place of toxicity. And that's because usually if we can get out and about into fresh air and things like that, we can kind of rid ourselves of that. But when we're inside the home, it tends to be due to all of those things I've mentioned, air fresheners, candles. Get rid of those toxins. You do not want those. They're so, so dangerous. But because of that, that is why the home is the number one place of toxicity. So now that I've read you the Toxic 10 and you know a little bit about the toxic environment that we live in, let me give you an example of a fish. We have a fish that lives in a dirty, dirty fish bowl. It is just full of toxins and the water is dirty and slimy, and that fish is extremely, extremely sick because of the toxic environment that it lives in. What do you feel like would be the best approach to help that fish get better? Number one, would you prescribe medication? Do you think by just giving the fish some medication that it can overcome the toxic environment that it lives in and that it can get healthy again, live above the wellness line? Or would you suggest that you remove the fish, you clean out the environment, and you replace the fish into fresh water? You and I know the answer. It's a very simple answer, and when we put it to us in terms like that, it makes perfect sense that the fish will never be healthy, never truly healthy, no matter how much medication is prescribed, if it's in a toxic environment. And the same thing holds true for me and my family and my children and my grandchildren, as well as you and your family and your children and your grandchildren, or your classroom or your patients, or whoever it is that you are passionate about. And that is why when I joined Young Living, I joined for oils, but the reason I share Young Living is because now I know about the toxic environment that we all live in, and I want to help everyone clean out the environment. And the way you do that is with toxic-free products. Young Living has hand soap. We have mouthwash. We have, this is one of the all-time favorites, the Thieves Household Cleaner. It cleans glass, floors, tables, countertops, bathrooms, showers, tubs, you name it. We have got dish detergent, laundry detergent. We have got toothpaste. We have got fruit and veggie soak. So can you see the toxic environment slowly leaving your home? If you start what we call a ditch and switch movement, where you start ditching out the toxic environment, the toxic cleaners, the toxic toothpaste, the toxic laundry soap, and you start replacing that with plant-based, pure, clean, non-toxic, therapeutic cleaning products or toothpaste, things like that, you can slowly start cleaning out your fish tank or your fish bowl so that you can start living above the wellness line. And that is the passion that I have and that many and many of us on this team have. And that's why you're here, is because we realize most people do not know better. They do not realize that the toxins are everywhere. It's just a very quick Google search, and you will be amazed at what you will see. So the way we do that, most of us with Young Living, is through what we call an Essential Rewards program. It's the Ditch and Switch program. We encourage everyone that joins Young Living to try it for at least 3 months. It gives you 3 months to slowly go through your cabinets, your cupboards, and throw away, this month I'm going to replace my deodorant, my toothpaste, and my household cleaner. And then next month I'm going to replace the laundry soap, and and so on. And so if you try it for 3 months, give yourself a 3-month trial period, you will be amazed at how very quickly you can start cleaning up that environment. And I'll give you some more information on that program, but because of that, it makes living that toxic-free life attainable. And it is a rewards program where you are rewarded back for every dollar you spend. You actually earn kickbacks and you earn free gifts along the way. So we'll share more about that with you in a future video, or the person that invited you here can certainly cover that with you. But now let's get into the fun stuff. While you're here, we all want the toxic-free stuff. The knowledge of the toxins is a must-have. You must know about that. But it's not always the fun stuff. So let's get into the fun stuff now. And while you're here, and it's to learn a little bit about the essential oils. So what is an essential oil? It is really and truly, it's the oil or the liquid that runs throughout the plant. And when I say plant, it could be a plant, a tree, a flower, a shrub, grass, any living plant-based thing has essential oils running through that. Now, a lot of your fruits actually are distilled from the actual rind of the fruit, but most everything else comes from the actual plant itself in one form or fashion. But the essential oil is really what provides growth for the plant, and it also provides a defense against diseases and things like that. So it's almost like it's fighting off the toxins that we talked about for us as well. And God created the plants for our benefit. They are mentioned over 600 times in the Bible. The essential oils are. We are actually told in the Bible to consider the plants as healing. And so I am a firm believer that if I desperately needed a life-saving medication or treatment, I would certainly seek that. But right now, my goal is to stay above the wellness line. I'm never going to tell anyone that an essential oil is a cure-all, but I am going to tell you that it's a preventative. It is a proactive approach. If you clean up your fishbowl and you clean up your environment, and then you use these essential oils that help raise the frequency. Each and every one of us are electric. We all have frequencies running through us, and the lower the frequency is in the body, the more prone you are to disease. The higher the frequency in your body, the healthier you are, the stronger your immune system. And that's what the essential oils will do. A lot of them are targeted. They have targeted benefits, but most of them, I use them a lot of times because I don't have a lot of health issues, but I use them to raise my frequency so that I stay in a healthy state. And the essential oils will reach your cells. They work on a cellular level within your body. There are 3 ways to apply the essential oils. You can do it aromatically, and that's what you see going on behind me with the diffuser. And you can not only, if you want to diffuse, that is something that we do each and every night, but you can also just do it topically. One of the oils I'm going to cover today for you is Valor. You'll know why I do this in just a moment. But before I go and do a video, I always put Valor in my hand. Just rub it together in a clockwise motion. And do what we call cupping. What that is I just inhale A deep diaphragm, feel that stomach move, inhalation, and then I hold it for about 4 seconds, and then I exhale deeply for about 4 seconds, and I'll repeat that. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold it for 4 seconds, and then exhale for 4 seconds. And when you do that, you're going to very quickly feel that the oil reaches the brain in about 22 seconds when it is inhaled. It reaches the bloodstream in about 2 minutes, and then it reaches every organ in the body in about 22 minutes. And so the inhalation or the diffusing or the inhaling it gets it into the lymphatic system of the brain, which controls emotion and memory. And so many of the issues that we have going on today in the world we live in is stress, anxiety, pressure, things like that. So the oils help create a sense of calmness and just a sense of peace, a sense of balance. So, but anyway, so that's, number one. So whenever you get your kit, if you're going to be joining us after this video, the first thing you're going to want to pull out is that beautiful diffuser. And let me go ahead and show that to you. This one right here that I have is called the Desert Mist. You can see the Moroccan texture that you have there. It is actually plastic. It looks glass, but it is animal and child friendly. You don't have to worry about that one ever crashing and needing to be replaced. So that diffuser is the one that we recommend each and every new member select with the premium starter kit. And then the other ways that you can use essential oils is topically, and that just simply means directly on the skin. Now you can do that in what's called neat, meaning no carrier oil, or you can use a carrier oil to dilute it. And when we use the word dilute, we don't mean that it dilutes the strength of the oil. It just basically carries the oil, and it dilutes it if it's a hot oil. So like wintergreen or peppermint or I think clove, really hot oils. So a lot of times if you're going to use those, especially on the elderly or the young, you would want to use a carrier oil so that it basically just dilutes the hotness or it doesn't dilute the therapeutic properties. I'll put it that way, but it allows it to be applied without any burn to the skin. And then it also just carries it so you don't have to use near as much of the oil. If you only use 1 drop and you start to rub it here, you're not going to get a whole lot of coverage. But if I fill my palm of my hand with the coconut oil and then put 1 drop in there and rub around, now you can see that I can cover so much more. So it saves money basically because you're carrying that oil a little bit further and a little bit deeper penetration. So that is the second way you can use it. Now, where do you apply the oil? And all of those things will be covered in a future class. I can't go into all of that in this one, but we do have after the kit classes where we'll get into great detail with you on that. And then the next way that you use the oils is what's called ingest. You just simply swallow the oil. It can be a few drops in your water. It can be making a capsule, but those are ingestible. They're called what's called GRAS, which means FDA approved as generally considered safe for consumption. So you can do that. So that is the 3 ways to use the oils. And let's go ahead and cover the 12 oils that come in the premium starter kit so that if you are interested in today taking advantage of some of these oils and learning a little bit more about a toxic-free environment, the only way to start is as a Young Living member. So let's get started. The 12 oils that we're going to cover today are peppermint, lemon, thieves, digize, stress away, raven, lavender, frankincense, citrus fresh, pan away, valor, and peace and calming. So I'm just going to cover just a couple of 2 or 3 things on each oil. Again, we have after the kit classes, meaning if you are a new member and you just purchased a kit, you now want to know really and truly how to dive in and start using that. And that is where we go into a lot more detail on how to use the oils. But let me just cover a few highlights of each oil. So let's say peppermint. I'm going to give you 2 points on each oil. For me, peppermint is a pick-me-up. I love to use that maybe on a day at work when I'm kind of got a brain fog, I'm a little bit drowsy, what have you. A couple of drops of that. Rub together, rub back here on my shoulders, around my neck. Within a couple of minutes, I can kind of start feeling this cool sensation, and it just instantly wakes me up. And then I will go ahead and hold it here after I've done that, and just go ahead and inhale as well. And so it's great for that. It's also great for digestion and fever reduction. The next one is lemon. This is a great one to add to your water. It helps with immune boosting. It helps with weight loss, and it helps to detoxify the liver. The next one that we have is thieves oil. If you have ever heard of Young Living, you have heard of thieves. All of these products I pointed out a while ago were thieves products, and that's because that is a signature blend of Young Living. It's a proprietary blend, and it is a powerhouse blend. Thieves is designed to be an immune boosting blend. You can do that with the oils. You can make a hot tea using Thieves. It's got clove and lemon in there, several other powerhouse, eucalyptus. But that's the main thing with Thieves is just is to boost that immune. It's a seasonal oil. It's one I would certainly be using coming cold and flu season. And those of you that might have a weakened immune system, or you're maybe going through chemotherapy or something like that, and you really want to boost that immune system, that would be a great oil to use. Digest, and that one is all things digestive. It helps with, upset stomach, diarrhea, constipation. Maybe if you're traveling out of town and you're going to be eating foods that you're not used to eating, and that's going to cause upset stomach, that is a great oil to have. Stress away. I love, love, love this oil. I love not only the benefit of the oil, that it does help me in situational, stressful environments, pressure, when you've got a lot of things going at one time, you're multitasking, things like that. But I love the scent of it. It has vanilla in it, so I use it in about every diffuser blend just simply for the aroma of it. It smells like a beach almost. I think it's got lime in there and the vanilla, so it is an amazing blend. But the main goals of this is to just create calmness and center and to relieve that stress. The name says it all. Raven, that is all things respiratory. It's to help open the airways and to help, possibly breathe better, and it's again, it's a seasonal oil. So anyone that suffers from anything that, asthma or COPD or anything like that, that might be able to apply that to the chest area and feel that opening. Lavender, this is the Swiss Army knife. It's all things skin. It's cuts, bruises, right now I'm getting a lot of little bug bites and mosquito bites. It's a great way to relieve that itch, and it's also great for burns. Absolutely amazing. Good for sleeping and stress reducing. Lavender it's called for just about in every recipe. This will be the oil that you will replace the most. I guarantee you it will be lavender. The next one is frankincense, and this one is, for me, frankincense. I put it in a lot of my skincare products because it is designed, or not designed, listen to me, it's like it's man-made. It has been created by our creator, but its main properties that you see listed a lot is skincare, and it helps with wrinkles and anti-aging and things like that. So absolutely, I put it in my non-toxic moisturizer. But for me, it's very spiritual. It's very uplifting. I use it a lot during prayer or meditation, and I just absolutely love that oil for that. Citrus Fresh. This is another blend. It's several different oils all come together. Of course, the name says it all. It's a blend of citrus oils, and it is great to add to maybe some of your cleaning supplies, cleaning products, maybe laundry, if you're like us and you use the non-toxic approach to laundry, then we use the balls, the wool balls, and put a few drops of our favorite essential oil on there and throw that in the dryer so that our clothes do not have the toxic chemicals from the Downy or the things like that. Because again, keep in mind what touches your skin will be absorbed up to 60%, and your clothes will touch your skin up to 12 hours a day, possibly. So anyway, Citrus Fresh is good for that. I put that in my water as well with Citrus Fresh because it does have a lot of the citrus oils in it. It's great for mood, uplifting mood. It's great for children, like doing homework, to kind of just, calm them down and center them a little bit. Panaway, that one is the oil we have in the starter kit for pain. So it's going to help with muscle tension, headaches, just about anything. It's kind of the blend that encompasses any and all related pain. Now we have other blends that are more targeted, but this is the one that they put in the starter kit just so out of the gate you have something to start using for pain. The next two oils that we have is the Valor, and I told you earlier that it stays by my desk. It's because it helps boost confidence. So every time I go to do a video, I get a little nervous about that, and that will help boost confidence. And believe it or not, Valor is also known for proper alignment, sciatic pain. So I rub this one up and down my neck or down my back when I have a little bit of an issue with what I feel like is alignment, so it can help reduce the tension in the back and the neck for headaches. And it also, believe it or not, reduces snoring. Just the one drop on the big toe to help you get a better night's sleep. You put it on their big toe. And then last but not least is Peace and Calming. And this is the oil that for me helps my mind shut down at night so that I can go to sleep. Now every one of us are different. We've all heard that, if you use a different cologne or different perfume, or if I use it and my best friend uses the same one, it's going to smell totally different on me than it does her. That's because our chemical makeup is different, and the perfume reacts differently to us. And the same thing is true with essential oil. So just because Peace and Calming for me is the oil that I use to go to sleep does not mean it's the oil that you will use to go to sleep. But for me, it really does create total peace, total calmness. It allows my mind to shut down off of all the things that I need to do. I usually apply it to my wrist, is what I do on that one, and go ahead and do the inhalation that way, so that I can get it into that thin-skinned area of the wrist. I will rub it up and down the spine and then on my feet. The feet and the hands are God's gift to us for the way that we get the essential oils into other areas of our body that maybe the direct contact on the skin cannot do, such as, inner organs and things like that. So the VitaFlex points on the feet and the hands, actually, there's a chart that you can refer to, and we can go over that in a future class. But if you were wanting to try to get maybe oils to the liver, where would you put it on your hand or on your foot? And so I also apply the Valor the Peace and Calming to the bottom of my feet before bed. So that is a look at the 12 oils. Now there are a few other bonuses in the starter kit pack. Every new member gets a Thieves Hand Purifier, just a pocket size, to carry with you. And then you also get a Thieves Spray, just a small size that you can carry along with you as well, to take along size, so that if you ever enter into an area where you need to spray off the door handle or something like that, you've got that non-toxic. Everything Young Living has is non-toxic. And I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, very quickly after removing the toxins from your life. Now, we talked earlier about the Essential Rewards program and that we encourage every new member to at least do a 90-day trial. It's because we want you to live a toxic-free life. We want you to clean up your fishbowl. And But very quickly, you're going to see and feel results. It took me about a year to get completely toxic free. I enrolled into ER during my first month of business, just like we encourage everyone else. I slowly started replacing, or what we call ditch and switch, ditching the old toxic for the replacement of the new non-toxic. And I did a few items every month. And it took a good, I'm going to say 9 to 12 months before I could say I am toxic free. There is no toxins that I use on a daily basis inside my home. And now if I walk up and down the cleaning aisle, I won't. I try my darndest not to walk up and down that cleaning aisle at a grocery store, at Walmart, because the aroma instantly hits me and my chest starts tightening up, my eyes start watering, I feel the headache coming on, and it is because my body has been so far removed from the fishbowl that now when I even get close to it, I feel it. And so that can happen for you and your family as well. And the way we encourage that again is through that Essential Rewards program. But it doesn't mean that you have to do that. So if you've got questions on that, if you are eager to jump into the starter kit and start experimenting with the oils and the diffuser, and you have questions, please let us know. Let me go ahead and share one other quick bonus that comes in the Premium Starter Kit. This is called Ningxia Red. This is our supplemental drink that we encourage everyone to try. Now, I'm going to tell you, you get 2 samples in your starter kit. Will those 2 samples create amazing results for you? Absolutely not. This is something that you have to do ongoing, for several days, maybe a week to a month. But for me, it was absolutely life-changing. I felt a renewed sense of energy, a renewed sense of health, basically, from starting to use this Ningxia Red drink. So that's just another one of the products that we have available to you. Now, a couple of other little bonuses that you get in your starter kit are these little roller filaments that will help you turn any regular bottle into a roller bottle. So that's just a few little perks along the way. And so now let me go ahead and close. I want to take you to our Young Living Beautiful Drops web page so that I can show you how you can continue to research, and anything that I was not able to cover today in this video, you will be able to find it hopefully on our website. We have a guest section designed just for new or for visitors, I guess I should say, that are just looking into the prospects of the oils and the non-toxic lifestyle. So let me go ahead and show that to you. I'm going to go ahead and remove myself over here in the corner. And if you will go to, let me share with you real quickly that this website is a private or a secret website, meaning that it has not been advertised on Google or Yahoo or Bing. I didn't want it to be something that would draw attention to it. I wanted it to be basically designed for our team members and the special people that they've invited to learn more. So you have to manually type in Beautiful Drops, B-E-Y-O-U, dew as if the morning dew on a flower, and then full drops. So beautifuldrops.com, just type that into any address bar, and then it should bring you to our private web page. And then right here is the guest section. And if you click on this, you're going to see starter kit contents, why Young Living, what is Essential Rewards, and then ready to change your life. And that is a little bit of what I covered for you today. In this video is those target pieces, but this will go into greater detail. It will give you the opportunity to look things over in the comfort of your own home. And then if you have any questions, please reach out to the person that invited you to watch this video. Now I'll go ahead and show you very quickly. I do have listed on this page All of the team builders, myself included, you can see a list of all the team builders and how to enroll. If you were to enroll right here, you would simply click on that link and it would take you to the enrollment process. But we are here to help you. We don't want anyone to feel like you have to do this on your own. But I also realize that a lot of people want the opportunity to feel a no pressured environment to learn about this amazing Young Living Ditch and Switch movement. So I really thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I hope that you seriously consider, as a gatekeeper of your home, cleaning out your fishbowl. Maybe it's time. Maybe, just because you don't have any major issues, that's the time to do it. That was me. I was turning 50 and I knew that I didn't want to be that person in 5 to 10 years that was carrying around medications, and then I was needing a second medication to counteract the side effects of the first medication. And so I started that movement when I was healthy so that I can remain healthy and so that my environment can be clean. And it's more than just medicating a symptom. It's about finding the root cause. And for most of us, it is our environment. Remember, only 10% is genetic. The other 90% is our environment. With Young Living and our Ditch and Switch movement, we can help you take care of that and clean out your environment and live a life above the health and wellness line. I thank you so much for participating and watching this video. Please let us know if we can do anything for you. And thank you so much. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.